All right. Hello, welcome everyone. Hello, welcome to your first piano group class. And hi there. Hi. I thought we had we have like 19 students in this club. Oh, the room's off. Okay, sure. Well, yes. For today, yes, but I mean, for the future arrangement, we're gonna have to talk. Yeah, yes, just a little bit before we start. Let me let me restart. Welcome again to the 1011 group piano level one. I'm your instructor, and my name is Zhang Hong Hu. I go by the name Terry. Just call me just call me Terry, and it'll be fine. This is my 16th year of teaching at the collegiate level. As some of you can see, I'm kind of like older than the other TFs, so that figures. And my third year, fifth semester teaching at this fine institute, which I gotta say I appreciate it and I enjoyed it a lot with everything, the atmosphere, my body of students, and your predecessors' cooperation and participation. I really cherish all of that. So again, welcome to the class, and remember your seating. Because I mean, I know you guys chose it. I mean, either randomly or freely, but I mean, from now on, this is going to be the layout. So if you guys want to change, do it right now before I start to do the head count, or not the head count. I start asking you guys to introduce yourself, because that's how I can quickly grasp all of your names and put a face in my mind. Thank you very much. And I suppose anyone else who hasn't done the attendance assignment agreement, please. Right now we're looking like 17 people. And while we're doing it, why don't we start by giving out a brief introduction to yourselves? I'll start with the gentleman on my left. This is behind his shirt.
Yes. I'm Sam. I'm a music education major. I'm in the percussion studio. I have a few years of piano experience, but never any formal training. So.
Thank you. Good to know.
I'm Asher. Spent snow and percussion, music ed. I guess Sam, I have a couple years of piano experience, but not.
Thank you.
My name is Jaden. I'm a music composition. I play clarinet, and I have barely any piano experience.
Thank you.
I'm Jordan. I play saxophone. I'm a music ed, and I program my piano.
We'll work on that, all of us.
My name is Matthew. I'm a music education percussionist, and I know notes on percussion, but never really played the piano.
Thank you.
I'm Natalie. I'm also in percussion. I'm getting my BA. And same thing as Matthew. Everything I know is just.
Oh, a lot of percussionists here. Good job.
My name is Carolyn. My major is BA music, and I concentrate in lyrics. And I have barely any. My name's Leah. I'm in the percussion sorry. And I mean, I would learn stuff off of YouTube, like like the little dots, but I don't have like actually like any.
Excellent. I learned being a vocalist by YouTube too.
Yeah.
From YouTube. Yeah. Thank you.
My name is Mitchell. I'm a music ed major. I'm playing violin. Yeah, I don't know much about piano.
And we don't know much either about violin. Okay.
I'm Neil. I'm a clarinet music ed major, and I can play one chord on the piano.
Which is?
I don't know what it is.
Oh,
I can
okay.
just play it.
You gotta fill us sometime. All right.
I'm Emma. I'm a music ed major for the Oboe Studio.
Mm-hmm.
The thing I know about piano is I had one lesson, they're great, and old music's hanging around my house. I basically know how to play any Christmas tune.
Okay.
I'm Dylan. I'm a trumpet player and a music composition major. And my piano experience is I took lessons over the summer.
Over the summer.
Yeah.
Great. From a private tutor?
Yeah.
Perfect.
My name is Daniel. I am another music percussionist, and I have no experience.
Thanks, Daniel. Hmm. Thank you.
My name is Nathan. I'm a percussionist. I have a little bit of experience.
Well, you're the 9th or the 10th percussionist we're looking at. Great job. Thanks, Nathan.
My name is Heather. I'm a music composition major with a vocal study. I would say I'm like 14 years self-taught on piano, but I would like very sparse lessons.
Do you play your own accompaniment? Any chance?
Sometimes.
Perfect. Yes, we can talk about it, a little bit about that. Yes.
My name is Kenyon. I'm a jazz studies major. I have a little bit of experience with piano.
Yeah. Any chance? I mean, go meet Dave Meter. I mean, he is the one who's come blow your mind. You know, that jazz pianist faculty. All right. As I'm saying again, my name is Terry, and if I'm to follow, I mean, that template you guys just created of your self-introduction. I've played piano for 30 years. I've taught for 16 years, and I'm also a vocalist, so that which means I find that extremely helpful in terms of teaching. Sometimes things that my fingers could not portray, my voice can, and which is also I guess I'm not the biggest fan of talking into the microphone, but sometimes we can do this. So I take that, I mean, a lot of you guys, I mean, this is your first ever experience in your life in the group piano setting, and also maybe, as many of you have mentioned, the first time being taught formally, professionally. And what I wanted to start with is this: piano, being one of the most, popular instrument of the world over the last centuries, I want to say. It's actually one of the easy instrument to master. In the first place, it does take while it does take like about 20-30 years for you to being a concert pianist, but if you wanted them just to make things happen at some level on this keyboard, it's actually way more easier than other instruments. For example, take me for example. I couldn't even make a sound on a brass instrument. I don't know how can I not make my violin squeak, even if I'm just sometimes just meddling with my songs, toddler fiddler, fiddle. You know what I mean? They have those available. Every time I try to do that, it squeaks. So there's a lot of saying. I mean, piano is like piano technique or piano playing is like what you see is what you get. You can literally look at the notes, look at the keyboard. I mean, you literally you know what is going to happen. You don't have to measure, you don't have to count, you don't have to feel, blindly the length, the whatsoever between your fingers. You see what you get. You just by looking at it and by placing your hand on top of it. And so that being said, I mean, anyone on this planet will find having no difficulty themselves. I mean, having no difficulty producing the sound that you want. For example, if you want a sound, simply press a finger, or sometimes, you can just do that. Oh well, I was sitting in on the broadcast, but if you want to hear it, I mean, I can put it on speaker too. While that being said, piano is also considered one of the most complex instruments to play, and for the following couple reasons. First of all, it is contrapunto. You know what that means. We pianists, we deal with more than one voices. We deal with more than, and each hand, I mean, is distributed with a fair amount of labor at the same time. So it is not to say that pianists, I mean, the left hand could be easier or harder than the right hand. They basically, I mean, they perform the same kind of task. They both produce a sound via the key pressing on the keys. That is the one thing. And also, piano is the known few instruments that can give you the sound of the, I mean, give you the whole mapping of the harmonication, which is a big deal in piano playing, because I mean, there are chances, I mean, you cannot tell other instruments, I mean, if they miss a note, but there's a big chance, I mean, you will be able to tell if someone plays something wrong on the keyboard, because they sound dissonant. They don't sound well together. They are breaking the law of harmonies or tonalities, right? So that being said, and there's a third. You know what? There's not going to be a third. I don't want to intimidate you to drop the class at our first meeting. So you're going to be fine. All right. Okay. Now let's move on to the syllabus. I mean, which is always. Before we do that, how many of you is this the first semester of you in college? Wow. Welcome. So you guys just got out of high school last summer?
Yeah.
How you feel the college life is treating you so far for the first 2 days?
Pretty good so far.
Oh, you don't know the half of it. I mean, you get it sometime, but yes, it's one of the most beautiful time in your life. You're transitioning from not just what I see the major difference between pre-collegiate and versus college, even like postgraduate students, because most of my students they used to be like they're like masters, even like DMAs over there where I used to work. It's like you're studying before college. You're mostly we were raised as like how should I put it? I mean, learners to be percepting, to be like a passively receiving messages and instructions. But once you start college, you notice, I mean, that people start to view like you view you like a grown up. You start to take responsibilities, making your own plans, taking your own progresses, and everything. Just I mean, you're in the big league now. So that's it. So welcome, and you'll see it. So if we look at the syllabus, which I assume you guys all have access, you all gain access through Canvas. If you look at it, if you just check your phones, I mean, we're going to go things by things, and then I do want to cover a little bit of the first week's teaching, not just saving everything to our Thursday schedule, because I mean that's going to raise a serious problem with we're supposed to have a quiz on our second week of the first week of your college life. That's scary, at least for me. Seriously, I'm afraid I'm going to mess up the job. So we have 3 required books. The first one we call them KS. If you hear me call it KS, it's Keyboard Strategies. It looks the thickest. It looks like this. Red letters KS. Next one EE. Essential Elements. This is the band book. You will have a lot of accompaniments and like side readings from this book, the yellow book. The last one is the blue book. It's blue, right? Yeah, the blue book is called SPI, Scale Patterns and Improvisations. SPI book, level 1. Everything is level 1. Now, by school policy, you are required to obtain a copy of these books. I have to mention that e-copies, whatever, no matter how you obtain them, online or are technically not accepted. So things being like, I mean, you can't, you know what? Basically, I mean, every lesson that we're given is videotaped. It's just, I mean, I don't point the camera at you, I point it at me. Yeah. But for all your quizzes and your exams, you will have. I mean, you can't just walk up to the master keyboard and then have your phone with a photo of the scores you're supposed to play. It's gonna look bad in the eyes of the office. You know what I mean? Yeah, and so if one of you haven't got your copies, or you haven't tried getting your copies, I suggest 2 places. One, order online as soon as possible. Go with expedited service. Spend that $9.99. The other way would be go to the bookstore at the Student Union. I think at this moment they still have some used copies, and they are available for available for rent. You can just rent them for like $3.99 a semester or something. Well, I paid $50 for 4 of them, but I mean I'm keeping them for the long run, like, so I guess it's a fair deal. Yep, that. And for people who haven't got this, I mean I'm gonna make an exception for the first week. I will provide scanned copies and I'll upload them into the Canvas, so you at least you have some materials to grasp on before your Thursday quiz. Let's just say that. And oh, fortunately, the first quiz is not that hard. It like I mean, you'll figure it out. I know it. So we will have 15 weeks of work, and the schedule goes like this. Every 5 weeks, we have a major exam. Exam 1, week 5, exam 2, week 10, exam 3, aka the final exam week 15. And you can check yourself and you can see the exact things that you're supposed to play. You can see the page numbers, you can actually find the score. Technically speaking, you can start preparing your final exam from day one if you feel like it, which, by the way, I wouldn't suggest, because piano, like many other instruments or vocal studies, they require step by step build out the foundations. Right? 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 You don't get to play things like that. That is too hard, which is could like raise questions or concerns, puzzling your fingers and stuff. And besides of the exams we have every week, we have one quiz. This one quiz is going to be like a little conclusion, little sum up, like a checklist of your progress of every week. And these quizzes will often happen at the second half of our Thursday meeting. I'm gonna try. I mean, I have had some success in my last years of teaching, that I managed to squeeze 20 people, into like a 40-minute slot. Each people got like 2 minutes, in and out, in and out, in and out, and there's no stopping until everybody's done with that. In other cases, under other circumstances, I had trouble with the system. Some people kind of find it pretty kind of hard to follow up the pace. So follow up and do everything successfully one take. And truth be told, like any other kind of performance art practice, you were supposed to get it done, in the first take. If you don't get a second chance on stage, your whole instrument, right? Pretty much the same. And the next thing I want to talk about is the grading. We here at UNT use a 0 to 100 point scale, and we were instructed or demanded to count the mistakes, the screw-ups, if I may, of your performance. So if I hear, or anybody else can hear, if there is a noted wrong note, I am obliged to take down 2 points from your overall grade. And it goes like 98, next to a next mistake would be 95, then 92, 88, 85, 82. So we have how should I put this? We'll have like 3 scales within each letter. And after 82 is like 78, 75, 72. After that, 68 and 68 is fail. So you do not want to make more than 9 mistakes for your thesis. I mean, if you look at your test material, you'll notice most of them are like 8 bars long, or like 12, 16. So if you make more than 8, 9 mistakes, it means you're pretty much interrupting every bar. That's not going to look good. You know what I mean? So that's how things are. That's how things are done. And we do average out. We do the average, and then we file the average goes like every 5 weeks in your big exam, your major exam, you get one. For example, if you look at the, I'll walk you through really quick. This is week 5, right? Exam. Exam 1, which consists of 30% of the course grade, and we have 7 columns. From 1 to here in technique, we need like 1, 2, 3, 5 in FF minor, F major, minor, D major, and minor, all inversions. I'll tell you later what that means. So when you play that, I start counting, and I will have a score for your test 1, not test 1, yeah, for your like first subject. Then you have 2 and 3. Read and play EEB, the yellow book, solo bass or bass parts, hand bass parts, and it has separately blah blah blah. Examiners will select from. I will get to select from 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 25. Only the first 8 bars or 28. Truth be told, I mean, you're supposed to learn, at least learn all of these pieces so I get to choose my first rating. I'm not allowed to tell you what I'm going to choose beforehand, before the exam actually takes place, right? And just there's some twist aside, if you have had all these problems, just I'll figure that out. And you kind of see he tells us to count twice in his averaging grades. So you're gonna play something solo part and something the bass part, right? Separately, and that means 2 performances. And I'm gonna count twice. Say one performance you had 3 boo-boos, the third next one you had only 1. And your average mistake would be 2 count. Mistake count would be 2, which means you're getting an average grade for only this subject of 95. And then that's not even the end of it. Then you have to accompany with disc. By the way, on the disc, I mean, I'll be playing the accompanying whatever, and you are supposed to accompany me. So that's number 4. You have to accompany with disc. Page 88. By the way, if you see what's on the syllabus that does not have a book name, it means KS. Got it? If it does not have a book name, it means KS, the red book. Keyboard strategy. Anything that is other than this book will be specifically indicated by EEB or, wait, what's the initial of this? What's short for this? SPI. Yes. Yes, exactly. Okay. Yeah, then you have to do it. You have for example, for the chord patterns and harmonization, I mean, you cannot play a 2-hand waltz pattern, which you will work on. You will get exposed. And I will be the and I'll provide the melody, or vice versa. Either way. And then you have a side. And then I'm gonna break that. Then you're gonna have your last test, your last subject. 5 and 6. Side reading will be provided normally. Instead of 8 parts to 12, maybe 16 short pieces that we were receiving the night before the examination day. So effectively prevents any leakage information. And you get to play twice. Normally you can either play 1 piece twice or you play 2 pieces. Well, if you play 1 piece twice in different tempo or different requirements, the articulation can be different, maybe staccato versus legato. Or you play 2 pieces, each 1 time for each, and then I'll give you an average count, like average grade for that. And then number 7, I have to add the average of your first 4 quizzes, starting this week, this Thursday. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'll get. So you see how many numbers I'm getting out here, and I'm adding all these subjects together, which I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I will have 8 grades for your exam 1. I will have 8 numbers per each of you in my hand. Then I add them up, divided by 8. I get your an average score, and that score will be posted on your Canvas. You can see it that way. You can monitor your progress. So, in the way of speaking, each exam is of extreme significance. And so okay. I mean, we understand people have their ups and downs, especially with you guys. I mean, you're new here. It's a new chapter of your life. Everything could be fresh and sometimes even intimidating. But trust me, you don't want to mess up with the exam. That's going to raise problems. But let's say if you didn't do quite well with quiz one, hey, maybe we can fix some with quiz two, or three, or four. So the pros and cons. I mean, I would say the pros about this system is, I mean, that's actually evaluates every week's performance outcome, your outcome, and then you kind of avoid the danger, or you reduces the risk of, like, let's say one big performance, big takes all, or takes all. Because sometimes people can have stage problems. I mean, they can be wonderful students, wonderful artists and musicians, and then when they get on stage at a certain time, of a certain date, things just don't pan out. We all had that experience. I don't know how many times that happened to me, but if that hasn't happened to you, it will. It will. Yes. I mean, performance to public presentations aren't always a picnic, and they can have its difficult times, but we have to deal with it. Any questions so far for all the systems, procedures, concerns? Q&A time. Good. Okay, and we will just let me know if you have any questions by email or whatever you want to do. I really feel bad to rephrase this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. You guys know my name already. This is John Hong Terry Koo. My email number. My email it would be John Hong Koo. I'm from China, by the way. I'm UNT. I've been here for quite some time. A couple of years. I still find funny to say my name in English. In Chinese, it's called Jianhong. Yes, it's a different tone. Yeah, yeah. So, no questions. We should move on forward for a little bit. Oh, if you guys take that at the end of the syllabus. Question: are you guys familiar, or have you been told about the attendance policy? So yeah, you have four excused absences, and I understand there will be scenarios you're gonna need them. So my suggestion would be use them wisely. Don't try to come here on time. We don't need any targets. We need no nothing. I mean, until unless it's always like it's a real emergency. And don't use one of the excused absences if you have a justified excuse. Let's say you have a band or a band camp, or you have a marching band. You want to vote. You want to go vote for the president or something. Yeah, that's one heck of an excuse. Just do mention that via voicemail or email. Always do email. So sometimes if you came up to me and just hey teacher, I'm not going to be here next Tuesday. Maybe it's Thursday. I say you got to write me an email because that email has to go to Dr. Beck. I have to get his right. I have to get his approval for that. But don't worry. I mean, you won't hear from me saying I'm not allowing anything. Just be reasonable and do your best. Do your best, and better have some in the bank. Let's say if there is to be an emergency, right? And anything after that, the fifth would be the fifth absence of the semester will cause the 10% reduction of your final grade. But guys, 10% is a lot. Because remember what I said? You only get like 30% of space before you fail. So don't lose that 10%. I don't know exactly how the math works, but it sounds a lot. 10% sounds a lot. I would definitely not want to do that. Any of you know, I've been a student myself. We understand saying that before we start, work on our pieces. Oh, right. How many of you have the score with you, books with you today? Raise your hand if you have it. Good for you, man. Yeah, you're like a role model. Yeah.
Like, just have it here. I don't have it in the room, but I have it. Yeah.
Okay, so never mind. So you don't have it.
Oh, okay.
But okay, go on. Same. Yes. Yes. Um. Bring them here next time. Definitely Thursday. How many of you can have it by Thursday? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not even half of the class.
I think I could.
You can manage to get it on Thursday. Yeah. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Definitely.
They canceled my textbook order, so I have to have some stuff I have to figure out with that.
Exactly. They canceled my son's school supply order, so I have to go Target and Walmart to get him stuff now. Yes, same thing. Same thing. It's happening nationwide. So when we do that, I'm gonna provide you photocopies. Photocopies. Only for this week. I want to do it every week, but I'm not. Nobody's allowed to do that. By the way, there's a copyright concern about if I keep doing that, and if people keep doing that, things get out. This could look real bad. It's a real deal. The copyright thing. You understand? Yes. So, all right. When we do that, I'm gonna introduce. If you could just put your headphones on. Normally, I'll be talking through this. No matter if you have it on or not, I don't care. It's all good, as long as you can hear me. You can still hear me, right? Right? I was told I'm a loudspeaker. Yeah, I wasn't even using my tenor voice yet. Okay, so and you can hear me, and then you can hear me, can you? Can you not hear me or not?
Because I'm coming through the headphones.
I'm sorry, what?
You're not coming through the headphones.
Yes, but you can. Yes, that's why. Now,
Yeah.
yes, this is okay. Whenever and now this is something me on the broadcast. This is how I'm gonna be like portraying, protecting them to you guys. If I need you to hear the way I play, most cases, piano is learned. Group piano is to be learned with. I want to call it like I want to call it verbal instructions because we're dealing with you guys are grown ups. You're not. Grown ups know their logical thinking. They have the ability to process and reconstruction complicated ideas in your own practice, which means there's less. I want to say hand-on modeling for us to do, but more explanation that will be provided to all of you. Right. So, and when I'm doing that, and here's another way, another function of how this works. This one, the master or the teacher's controller. This one is, I don't know, 30 years old, but it's reliable and it does mainly a couple of things. First of all, it let me to play into your keyboard, into your headphones from here. The other thing, it allows you it allows me to select which one of you can hear which one of the keyboard or two. So which means I can either put your headphone only responsive to your own playing, or I can pair you up. I can pair you guys to so you can hear each other's playing. One can be providing accompaniment to one can do the same thing. That is the way that's how workload being passed on. Being passed on, and please understand. And sometimes that's why I need people to be in pairs. Right now, right now we're gonna have a little bit of problem because I don't see anyone who can pair with you unless we have our last student joining us today. But it may not happen that soon because we're still missing two. And other than that, we want to give it a good try. There is and by the way, I should apologize first. I may lose. Sometimes I may forget your name in the first couple of weeks. So, but you should have known. This whole thing is called a Bank A. This whole 8 keyboards are called Bank A. There's Bank B. That's Bank C. And here it goes: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. So no, I know it's not written on your keyboard number, but each one of you is assigned a number here on me. So that's how I can control and hear the things that you do. And sometimes I would be asking you to play at your own keyboard while others are practicing. So, okay, let me rephrase this. For this is how the class in me is going. I know some of you still remember your previous piano tutoring, and I assume they were all like one-on-one. When you're having one-on-one, right? Like you and your tutor. When we're having one-on-one, things can be a little more direct, accessible. You would have your instructor's undivided attention. So that's the setup. Things can be different here. So there's no way your instructor can keep an eye on each one of you all the time for the 80-minute lesson. And so sometimes when I'm working with someone or some two on a specific matter, the rest of you were encouraged to carry on with the practice with your tasks for the week. Yeah. So please don't stop and listen to me when I'm teaching, paying some individual attentions. And I mean, of course, you listen to me when I'm addressing to the whole class, but when there will be like circumstances like that. And I need you guys, I mean, to carry on. Again, this is the big league. I mean, you're here. I mean, you're not here to learn from me. You're here to learn from your classmates, your peers, and also most importantly, to learn from your own practice. You understand that is the golden rule of music performance practice matters, seriously. So that is the thing, and I guess that is all I wanted to cover. So let's give it a try today. The first task we're looking at today, if I'm not mistaken, is the SPI book, page, I believe it's 5. Nope, the SPI, no. The first thing we're looking at here. Oh, here. My bad. Why am I keep looking at my laptop. I'm supposed to show the video. We have our first task here. It's called auto fifth. What is auto fifth? Anyone? C, G, that's the sharp order. C, G, what?
C, G, D, A, E, F sharp.
F sharp, C sharp, yes. And then on the way down for the flats.
C, F, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat.
G flat, the G flat, and C flat. I know C flat means B, but I know. Yes, thank you. Yeah, so when we're supposed to do that, I mean, we're say and play order of sharp keys, all of them, and in a finger, in the what we call a 5-finger position. The 5-finger position would be the first instruction of the piano performance technique routine. In piano, I know. Okay, in violin playing, I mean, we use the left hand only this for, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah. In piano, we use all 10 fingers. Each of your hand got 5. And when we place our 5 fingers, go after me. If you put your hand, sorry I cannot show you and you guys cannot see, but feel it. When you put your hands on the keyboard, and you find your hands, each of them, you're comfortably resting with everything down. Everything's like dropping, succumbing to the gravity, total relaxation. And now there's nothing else but your fingers or their fingertips being holding it together and supporting your weight on the keyboard. And then you have each of your fingers laying comfortably again. at each of the diatonic keys, meaning the white keys. That is called a 5-finger position. No skipping, no shrinking, just 5-finger, each finger on one of the keys. And the starting point goes both hands on the C major 5-finger pattern. C, D, E, F, G would be the key counts. And the right hand goes thumb on C, pinky on G. The left hand goes pinky on C. You can hear that, right? And then thumb on G at a lower octave. Now I urge you to do that, and then let's have a little bit try of, can you hear me? Left pinky, 1, 1, 5, pinky, 1, 1, 5. If I can just give you a beat, I urge you just to have a try. In 3, 2, 1, and. One more time, and dong, 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 dong. And also, if anyone who doesn't know, you see, guys, in private teaching, for example, I have a student who doesn't know where the hand goes. I would have stopped and then show them, hey, just put your hands here. That's how we do it, and then we keep going. But I have 20 of you. How can I do that within the time? That's why they have this, and they have this boutique visualizer. That thing's like my parents' age, but that thing's still good. You can see why we have a visualizer. If you look at the visualizer, what did you see there? Don't look at the notation. Don't look at the clef. Look at the keyboard, indicator. That's your key count. That's the layout of my fingers on the key. All of these lights. I'm sorry they didn't do it with neon colorful lights, so you know whatever. But those are the keys. So if you're doing, isn't that too far away? I was talking to you, man. Right now you're doing good. Thank you. Yes. Sorry, you sit here. You gotta suffer. You gotta be. I'm gonna kill you a lot, for the rest of the semester, because it's just so accessible. You see, I was joking. Yeah. So that's it. Yes. And if you can just do it one more time, dong, 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 and 3, 2, 1, go. C, G, C, G, C, G, dong, 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 dong. Thank you. Yes, that's being done. Okay. That was the first position of piano playing. By learning that, you can feel. Imagine there's a flow, like a flow of energy or weight, gravity, whatever you call that, that is transmitting through starting from your shoulder, all the way dropping and flowing, alongside your arm, your elbow, forearm, wrist, palm joint, and hand joint, and the second joint, and the third joint, all the way to the cushion on your fingertip. Imagine, and when I'm using the word cushion, I mean imagine you feel like, cats. You ever squeeze their little paws? You never find them in their little. You know what I mean? That little cushion thing. Look at those are priceless, right? We pianists, we use that part, the cushion of our meat, our flesh of the fingertip to play. So oftentimes you don't see me doing. That's banning. That's going to kill the cat. You don't do that to a cat. You don't do that to your keyboard. Make sense? Thank you. And after we have that first position, now we use the same motion, the same action we just learned. Keep up, guys, with the actual topic, the order of fifth. So we go with left hand, C, G, and the right hand, instead of doing the same C major, we go along following the order of fifth. Will, and the left hand cross. While the hand is crossing, yes, the last hand go to, yes. I would like to say yes. I would urge you. Can I urge you to do it one more time? If you can feel it, I mean, let's have a beat count together. And I understand the hard thing would be to look at your keyboard and actually find the keys, because this ain't your instrument, your main instrument yet. You know what those keys mean, but you are still having, you have to have a little bit more time to find the keys. But piano performance or keyboard performance is what is it's not just about notes, it's also about timing. So you cannot be too hesitated, right? So let's do it one more time. In 3, 2, 1, and C G D E O. That was in half notes. You got it. I was very good. And after that, we're supposed to play. Just I mean, for them, this is going to be the primary thing. The if we must put a topic, I mean, we don't have a topic for the week 1 syllabus, but if I must put a title on it, it'll be called the 5-finger position. I think I mean all of these exercises were meant to get you guys familiarized with the 5-finger position. So after we start from C, we have to let's move down half a step. Everything, both hands, move down half a step. So we start from B. Look at the visualizer. B. What is the next one? F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, left hand cross, D sharp, A sharp. I haven't done my vocalize today. And F, C. That's how we get it back. And then we keep moving one more next down, like half a step down, lower. From the B, we have 1/2 step down, which will go. They take us to the B flat, and then we start from the B from the B flat. Ready? 2, 1, and B flat, F, C, G, Re, B, G. Thank you. That's how things are done. And then we keep going. La, dee, dee. Then we keep going until we covered all the, all the well-tempered clavier, or all the 12 notes within the octave. Now, for the sake of time, in the future we may have enough time to facilitate all the practice on site in our classroom. But for today, I don't think we have all that time. We have like a good half an hour left, so I plan on to introduce you all things as much as possible. I mean, so you guys get a hint on how things are doing. So that was the practice of order of fifth. Again, it starts from C all the way up in order of fifth. Then one half step down, another half step down, another half step down, another half step down. You know the drill. Okay. After that, the next thing, column B, actually title B, we said play the order of the sharp keys in single note, left hand. Oh, sorry, that's already done. That's already done. The next thing is called major 5-finger patterns and chords, which would require us to go to SPI book page 12. I want to find a way to show you. I don't know how can I show you 12, because I mean this thing's broken, and it's been broken. I don't have the accessibility to. Let me try. Come on, please. That's hard. I don't think so, man. I don't think it's working. On, I mean, it wasn't working this morning. So I wouldn't count on it. Now, how can I show you?
Did you change the HDMI?
Truth be told, no. Well, I did. I did what I used to do. But apparently, it's not. You see, the feed is not being going through that thing. I mean, with. See, this is the button that actually. Normally, we just had to press the button and we get it. Now we don't. It's a problem. It's gonna be a problem here. Yes. Um. I may have a way. I may have a way. What's the zoom? What's the zoom? FaceTime. Does FaceTime work? Hey, it's working.
Hey.
Oh,
Oh, it's gonna be bad.
dude, it's mirror. Can you guys read mirror?
Probably not.
I know. I know. What am I gonna do with it? Okay. You know what? You can have it. You see, you got lucky. You can have it. And I'm just gonna talk you guys through it. This page, SPI page 12, is the F major 5-finger pattern, major or whatever you call it, the major 5-finger patterns and chords. The first thing on the score, actually in bold fonts, not the smaller notes. That's my accompaniment. The first thing for you two guys to play is the F major scales in 5-finger pattern. It goes like, listen to your headphones. So like what we just said, first of all, in order to use 5-finger patterns, you need to know what position, which proportion of the keyboard exactly you're going to put your 5 fingers on. So what we have, the clue goes is in F major. And in F major means supposedly the music starts with the first degree of F major, which is the letter F. So we put our right hand thumb on the F, and the left hand pinky. Okay, left hand always start counting with pinky. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 anymore. Yes, Charles Darwin doesn't apply in our logical flow of thinking. Yeah, I mean we don't go with a possible thumb, contrary motion. Calculation. We go with left hand starts with the other way, the other direction of order. So left hand 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right hand 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we put them on there, and then we give it a beat, give it a rhythmic pattern. 2, 3, 4. Dum, dum, boom, 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 dum, boom, 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 boom. Yes. Yes. You learned piano, right? I was looking at you from the first place that you had absolutely no problem. Like, you're saying you're just smart.
Yep.
Good to know. That's what she's saying. No, yes. All right. That's really good. Okay, now when we do that, I know you cannot see the score, but the score actually has like 4 bars, 4 measures. While the first 2 measures being a scale like pattern, scale writing, right? The third one is what we call arpeggiated chord or broken chords or arpeggio. We go da 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 da. In solfege is fa la do la fa, or maybe But what I'm gonna suggest you to do is, this is the first thing that you're gonna need. This is the first personal thing you're gonna need to hear from me. As a real pianist, the way we memorize notes, we don't go by their letters. You don't see me get on stage and play and sing the letters out, A, B, C, D, E, at the same time. We go by either solfege or figuring numbers. This is the way I memorize things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 0, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, or 1, 3, 5, 3, 1. Da, 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 da. This is how I remember it. This is how the numbers I'm speaking out loud is the numbers that I feel on my finger. It's the number like I feel. I mean, yes, once I have set out, how about this? It's about fingering, assigning fingers, specific fingers to a specific note in a specific passage of playing. For example, in this piece, the thumb, or AKA 1, is assigned to F, and that fact stays. The rest of the fingers are assigned to different notes, and that stays in this piece until we go to another piece or we change the position of your hand. So while that's the, I mean, talking about the right hand, and the left hand follows the same logic. So what I want to ask you guys to try to do it is, first of all, a smart way of playing piano is by the means of eliminating unnecessary options for you. What I mean by that is, like, I mean, some people can play, in a way you can, some people can play the piano with this. It's also possible, but you hear it. It's still doable. Someone with them are singing and playing piano with the orange. It's done before. Everything crazy about the keyboard had been done for the last centuries or decades. But the easiest way normally is the most secured or the most justified way is to use all of your fingers. Don't skip one or don't repeat one. If you have a 5-finger pattern, we go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I mean, it's always like, I don't go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, something like that. I don't change or I don't change it. Yeah. Yes, exactly. And that's how you can go from, once you have these things secured, mounted in your own system, you get to play them faster. You can do, you see, I mean, these things, I mean, it can happen. And it cannot be done it would not be possible to be done if I use some like messed up fingering. That's the reason about using the right thing with your finger. Yes. And sometimes, I mean, people may struggle when we change the melody or the layout of the notes, even in the same pattern. For example, bar 3. Some people might find this part a little bit struggling. Yes, because I mean, before you are using finger one next to each other, you are using neighboring fingers, and right now we're skipping. Right hand 1, 3, 5, left hand 5, 3, 1. What happened? So you see, this is the moment. I mean, we call this, like, in piano teaching, we call this moments of change, of like swifting. This moment of drift, we call them structural point. It's the structural support that changes or defines the piece, defines the score, the music. So a smart one would know how to know how to concentrate and really put their thinking into get their nerves up. You know what I mean? I mean, get nervous. I mean, when we're facing a change that is incoming. For example, here. So I would urge you, let's try one more time, just with me. And listen to me and play along with me, which is the most effective way of piano teaching. And listen to what I did at bar 3 at the broken chords, and then tell me. Ready? In 3, 2, hands on, 1, and. What did I do? What did I do?
You played like really staccato and,
Really staccato and
and very loud.
very loud. Yes, guys. Guys, yeah. This is your first lesson of piano in your life. This is my. I don't probably the 31st year of piano. One of them in my life. After 30 years of this mind being playing the piano, I still use this on my concert, on my recital. Whenever I need to emphasize something, I make changes happen. For example, staccato. I know if you look at the score, it's not shown on the score. There's nothing on that score. It didn't say a slur. It didn't say no nothing. Didn't say dynamic or did it say tempo? No. We don't even have a tempo. But that thing, this is what I always do, and I guarantee you, this will like make an impact on your audience. And as importantly, this will jack up your memory. This thing will help your memory because I mean, no one can remember. No, people find it very difficult to remember a mundane performance. That performance that only follows the notes, but without any kind of thinking. But my trick of success, either in teaching or in playing, is to insert a certain amount of personalized feelings, like intensities, into the music. So now when you go home, well, in the next, about like 15 minutes, when you go home, and you think about this teacher, Terry, wearing the pink shirt, and think about his playing, you will think about this. You will think about this staccato, and this is something that I made an impact on you. So that is one way of learning. With that, I hope you would find, that working. Now, the next thing would be, once you get all these notes played swimmingly, fluently, maybe in a minute or two, my job is to make things more spice it up and harder. So I'm gonna give you, when you play, I'm gonna give you wait, was I too loud or not? No? So I'm good. So while you have the da 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 1, 2, 3, 4, I will bang ba 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 bang 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 ba ba da 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 da. This is gonna be my accompaniment. And your job, listen carefully, your job is not to be disturbed or jeopardized by my playing. It's like, wait, raise your hand if you had ever rehearsed with another one, with another instrument. You have done it, right? Quick, off the table. Was it good? Was it good, or were you rehearsing with someone bad?
Yeah, I've had both.
You had both. Yeah. I worked with one of the. I used to work with Bowling Green, the City Opera. I used to work with people from Met, Metropolitan, there. I also, those were my highlights. Those were the peaks of my life. And then I also worked with some pretty problematic people all over the place. So I know both. And the trick to do that is, believe that first of all, we're equals. I don't get to decide your tempo. You don't get to change mine. We're two like independent, brains here. But in order, I don't know. I don't remember which soap opera, like soap opera I saw. This new, but I thought politics is about compromise. So when we are working together with accompaniment, it's all about compromising. Find a compromise that we can both agree upon. We have those. For example, I have a tempo, you have a tempo, and who gets to decide? Sometimes I mean, the celebrity tells us, hey, the tempo goes 70, 80, but and some other times, I mean, we get to decide on ourselves. And there's a way to show people, I mean, how you want it by emphasizing your play, by playing things. If you want them faster, play louder and faster, so you'll be the lead. Which is the second tip I'm telling you guys. Oh, truth be told, that does not only apply to piano. It applies to your own instrument as well. So, you know, some people when they're on stage, they know how to take charge, and some just don't. Be the first kind. Now let's have a try. Urge you, same piece. You know, same piece. Where you know da 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 da. Hands on the keyboard. I'll provide a tempo for you. We'll play this piece twice in a row, unstoppably. You know, without any stopping. Twice together. And I'll try to do something to your. It's like I'm right now. What happened to me is like I'm trying to accompany 20 people, 17 to 16 people at the same time, and I don't know how fast or slow you guys want. But what I can do is I can feel it. I can find a tempo that you guys can catch up, and then I'm gonna temper with that tempo. I may go slow down a little bit, or I may go fast it up. And it is your job to not just cope with it, but also try to take lead so you feel yourself comfortable. Bottom line, you must be comfortable to play at that tempo. Let's have a try. Before we start, any questions? Anyone need any instruction? Need anything about the notes, the visualizer? You know, the F, G, A, B flat, and broken chords. Okay then. In 3, 2, 1, and. I see a few of you guys have followed. What I queued here, 5, 3, I'm sorry, 3, 2, 1, and da 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 da, and I did the bang 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 ba 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 dang 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 da 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 da. You know, that's what I meant. Basically, that's what I did. In fact, that is written on the score of my. In, in the first line of that in the first line of that page. Yes. It was already like over there. Anyway, at the not the end of the semester, after exam one, you'll be. I mean, I believe there's a task. There's a subject that asking you to comping with C. This would be what it feels like to comp with C. First of all, you have to find you have to find the key, find the notes. Second of all, find the right tempo. For example, I mean, and there are chances. I mean, I'll go. You know, maybe sometimes it allows me to. How should I put it? Sometimes it does allow me to use the. We have the built-in files, like audio files, on this keyboard. I mean, it's like I can use the Roland did it at the factory. I can just play the same thing. I just played. I mean, here. I don't know if you guys would like it, but we can have a try. You know, we could. Not us up. Have a try. I don't want to tune it. I want the. What is pop music? Who's that? For example, I may have something here for you. Okay, I don't want the beauty of the beast. I wanna. How can I get it out? How can I get it out? I don't want to do that. Pop, rock, oak, concrete, big time swing. Down, poke. Any chance are you guys like hearing? Yeah. I was actually, guys. This is not what I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find you. I mean the thing that goes wrong. It's pretty cool. I got to do. All right. What? Okay, now I'm lost. I don't know how to stop. Dude, how to stop this thing? Seriously, how do I stop this thing? Now, can I go back to normal play? I want to go back to normal play. Normal play. Just normal play. I don't want a vintage VP. I want a regular sound. Harpsichord. Okay, I screwed up. Anyone knows how to fix this? Anyone knows how to fix this?
Turning
Get it.
it back on again.
Smart. Smart. That's very practical.
Solution everything.
It should be. Makes sense. Now. Oh yeah.